Hello again, everyone. My card today, I think, is going to need a little bit of explanation to people who don't live in the UK. There is a variety of, I can't think what Americans call it actually. We call them the chocolate biscuits. It's not exactly like a cookie. I'm not really, I really can't remember what they call them. There's a chocolate biscuit that you can buy in this country, and it's called a penguin bar. And the advert used to be, pick up a penguin. And, you know, there was a picture of a penguin on the bar. I saw a joke the other day where a seagull was talking to a penguin, and the seagull is saying, you know, they named a biscuit after you. And the penguin, rather puzzled, says, what? Kevin? It made me smile. I don't know if it makes you smile, but I thought it was a bit of fun. So I thought I'd have a go. I have a seagull die. I have a penguin die. The penguin die comes from a set of 3 that I got on Amazon. And I had to choose the little one because the seagull die that I had is facing that way. So the only 2 that could speak to each other would be the little penguin, the little penguin and the seagull. And I thought, well, I haven't got space for them to be face to face. So if I put the seagull on a post and the penguin on some rocks, they can kind of talk together. Now, how I went about doing the sentiments printing onto my piece of card was this. I wanted to get the positioning correct to do these call outs. I can actually do a video, if you like, on how to do these. It's not difficult at all. So if people want me to, I will try. But what I did was this. I got a piece of press and seal, and I just ripped it or cut it to about the size of my card panel. And then what I did on this piece of press and seal was arrange where I'm going to have the rocks, where I'm going to have the post, and where the seagull's going to be. So then I took this. Whoops, he's fallen off. Let's stick him on again. I took this to my computer screen, and I have the visual on my screen to exactly the same size as a piece of A4 card. I'm writing onto a piece of A4 sized paper on the computer. So what I can actually see, I measure so that it's exactly this wide. So if I hold this up against the screen, it's exactly the size it will be. So what I do, I place these call out boxes so that this bird is saying that and this bird is saying that. So that's my plan. So what I'm going to do as a next thing is to cut out the panel from this. What I use for that is a Sizzix nesting die. It's a rectangle. This is set 2, which is British proportions. This die perfectly fits half a sheet of A4 folded 10-wise, and I can put it like this. Now I just want to check that where I want to place this is in the right place-ish. There's enough space all the way around for the things that are going to go into it. So what I'm going to do now is just tape this down, this rectangle, and then I'll cut it out. I can either cut it down and use my Spellbinders Platinum 6, or just stick the whole thing into my Sizzix switch, which is big enough to take this size piece of card. So I'll just cut this out now. Okay, here's my front panel ready cut out. I decided to do it on the switch so that I could just save as much of the card that's left over as possible for other projects. So here is my panel. The next thing I want to do is to start arranging my scene. What I thought I would do, I don't actually know if penguins and seagulls live on the same continent. I really couldn't say. I know you know, they have penguins in zoos, so it could happen, couldn't it? So let's pretend. What I'm going to do is just cut off the bottom of this. This is a water dye. This is an edge dye, a border dye from Gummiapan. So what I'm going to do is to cut off this bit at the bottom, and then I'm going to arrange, colour this a bit sort of water-like. Let me just see where we are. That's going to go about like that. So the water, I think I'll have that just sort of popping out of the water, the post. So I'll have the water about there. Right, let's just put a bit of tape on that, and then we can chop that off, and then I can rejoin it again afterwards. We had lunch at Sea Houses in Northumberland last week, and we sat outside with wonderful view right by the sea, and there was a wall behind me. I had my back to the sea, and there were some huge seagulls coming around, and I did wonder whether they would try and grab our lunch, but the waitress assured us that all would be well. So there is my water. Now this is going to be my post, which is going to go kind of in the water. I'm just wondering if I do another one of these, a little bit like that, just part way along, I'll be able to slip that in and it'll look like it's in the water. Let me try that, just cutting it part way. Don't know if this is going to work. There it is. So that's going to be like, kind of like that, just standing in the water because the tide's in. Right, and then the rocks, I thought could go, they could just be kind of like this, popping out of the water. This is the idea. Let's just see. Let's have him a bit to the right. I've got to be able to get him in the... Oh, there's a thought. I don't know if I've got him in the right position for this. I've got a spare one up here. Let's try this. I've moved it now, haven't I? I may need to get a taller post. Yes, I think I do. I've got a larger one. Right, here's a longer one of these. We need, what I can do is put him where he's got to be and then fit this to fit him, can't I? He needs to be about there, and that will kind of go like that. Okay, and then the penguin is going to be kind of there, and I'll have to arrange the rocks to fit with that. Okay, I think we might be getting there. Let me colour this post. So a post is going to be sort of weather worn, isn't it? Perhaps I'll just put some weathered wood on, a drag of it, and then a spray. Let me just see. Weathered wood is here. It's very grey actually, but that might be quite nice. Let's just see. Oh, it's quite a nice colour, isn't it? I'll put a drop of water on. I think that'll do. If that dries, that'll be great. Okay. thinking about it, I think I might do the rocks the same sort of colour. Let's do that. Is that the right way? These rocks are memory box. They were from the first advent calendar that I had. And I didn't know what they were to start with. I had to ask. I didn't know what to do with them, but they've been quite useful since. Okay, that will do for that. Put a tiny drop of water on those. Okay, those can dry off now as well. Right, one. I'm quite happy with them just sort of blotchy like that, actually. 3. Okay. Now, the sea. Let me colour the sea. I'm doing these things first because these need to dry, and then I can colour the penguin and the seagull afterwards. Hopefully these will be dry by then. So, the sea. What shall we have for the sea? As I've started with Distress Oxides, I think I will continue with Distress Oxides. So let's put a little bit of weathered wood onto this. I'll do the Speckled Egg first because it's a lighter colour. All right, let's put a bit of this on. Okay. And a bit of weathered wood. I think I will put a little Stormy Sky as well. Just using the edge of the ink pad here. Now I'm going to do a spritz. Okay, let's get it running around a little bit. Just hope those rocks will show up enough on here. We'll see. Can always darken them if they're not too clear. Right. So there's my sea. Just wondering if it is enough contrast. I don't like varying colour too much. So now let's do the seagull. He is here. We'll give the seagull an orange beak and orange legs. And I think I'll cut an extra. I did have an extra one. What did I do with it? Oh, here he is. I think I'll cut the body separately. So we give orange legs. I put an extra body on the top. So that can be over the edge a little bit. Right. Before I cut it, I'm just going to colour it slightly. I'll just put a little grey shading. The seagulls were very beautiful, actually. Very splendid. The eyes were just pale blue, beautiful, looking at me, looking at my lunch, thinking, looks pretty good. Okay, now I need an eye. I don't know about doing the very, very light blue. Just going to do a black dot for the moment. Let's just see. I think that might have to do. Can't do blue eyes. All right, let me cut this bit off and stick it onto that. Okay, we cut off his legs. So they look a little bit further away. And cut off his beak. Okay, right, we'll stick this on. There we go. He looks more vibrant already, doesn't he? Right, there's my seagull to go on the post. And the penguin. Right, I know there's a variety or species of penguin called the rock hopper penguin, and they have like a stripe across their eye. I think I might make a mess of that. So, right, his eye is now on there. So I can colour this bit pretty much all over. I'm going to give him an orange beak as well. This bit I'm going to do black. I can go all over his eye. I've got his eye on there. I don't know whether to try and do that little stripe like that. I think I'll just try and leave it, see what it looks like. They've got this kind of white band that goes around the eye, rock hoppers. As he's standing on rocks, I thought it might be a good idea. Okay. I think that's it. Just a bit under his chin. Okay. Right, now I need to put a little bit of tape or something. Well, perhaps I'll just put this on and then stick the body on afterwards. Where is his body? Good question. Oh, here it is. Here's his body. His tummy, should I say. Let's just see. Yeah, I'll put a little bit of shading on this as well. Just to give it a bit of shape. Just put a bit of blender over that just to smooth out the edge. There we are. It looks kind of greyish all over, but when it dries, it'll be more even. Okay. Right. Not too happy with the sea as is. Let's just take a look what we're going to look like. Put him there, and then we can adjust the post to fit it, can't we? Okay, let me join the top to the bottom. Oh, shall I just do a bit more colouring? I'm not too keen on this this sea. I think it needs to be a bit darker. Bit faded jeans, perhaps? Yeah, maybe that might do. Let's have a go. Okay, that's going to do. Right, I'll stick this now together, the top with the bottom. So to do that, I'm just going to put a piece of sticky tape over this one and then join the other one up to it. Okay. There's my sticky tape. Now, this should fit, obviously, exactly to it. There we go. I've still got room to put my post in. Good-o. Right. It's going to go in there. I think I'll stick the bird in the right place now, and then I'll make the post fit. So a little glue on the back of the bird, back of the seagull. Okay. I want him to go about there. And then this, lift his feet up just a bit. About there like that. I think that should do. May have to cut some of this off, I don't know yet. Okay. I like the lighter bit there. There we are. Now, Mr. Penguin has got to go on his rocks down here. He's got to go there. So the rocks have got to go underneath him. So I thought this one he could stand on. Put this one just behind a little bit like that. And this one kind of like that. I think that'll do. So let's stick the rocks on first. It's like a jigsaw, isn't it, really? Okay. There's a rock. There's a rock. I was just wondering about putting a little bit of shine on this. Let me just see if this is in the right place. There needs to be just a bit. If he goes there, that needs to go about there. Okay. And that one underneath. There we go. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? The things I do, I just worry about myself sometimes. I have such funny ideas. Oh, Lord. Right. Let's stick the penguin down, then we'll put his tummy in a minute. And then, just wondering about his eye. His eye is on the end of there, isn't it? I often use a little bit of tape to hold things like eyes in. Let me just put a little tiny piece of tape over the back of the space where the eye should be. Let's get it round the right way so it fits like that. Let's try and get the eye in now. Is it there? There we go. Better. I need to put a little dot into that. Get a fine pen. I think he looks a bit surprised. That's good-o. Right, now we'll stick him down. Now I'll put his tummy in. And I think we're kind of nearly there. I'm still a bit bothered about this C. I'm wondering whether to do a bit of, oops, I've put the glue on the wrong side. What a silly woman. Oh, Lord. That's okay. Now I'll put it on. I put it on the right side, on the wrong side, if you know what I mean. Put it on the right side, so it was on the wrong side. Okay, let's pop this back in. There we go. I just want some, I've got these dots. I like these sort of, this is just a background die. It's one of my Stamplerations one that is so useful for all sorts of things. Have I got a decent white? I wonder what this would look like. This is a metallic ink. Let me just think what it would look like. Might be okay. Whoops. It's a bit better. I would like white all the same. I haven't got a decent white. If anybody would like to tell me what they find is a really good, decent white ink that shows up, I'd be very glad to know. So, it looks like we're kind of there. You know they named a biscuit after you. What? Kevin? There we go. I think I will put a bit of shine. I can't stop titivating, can I? Just going to put a bit of shine on these rocks. This is just my glitter gloss. There we go. I think I might even do a bit on the sea as well. There we go. There. Stop, Christine. You've gone far enough. Oh dear. I do like a bit of fun. So, thank you for joining me. I hope it wasn't too tedious. I hope it wasn't too boring. And I hope now that friends across the pond can come up with and tell me what the word is over there for like a chocolate biscuit. I don't know. Because your biscuits are our scones, I think, or I don't know. I get in a muddle. We're separated by a common language. Wonderful. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and do come and join me again very, very soon.